The action camera world is buzzing right now because everyone is waiting to see what the DJI Osmo Action 7 will bring to the table when it arrives later this year. Following the release of the Action 6 back in November 2025, which introduced that massive square sensor and variable aperture, the expectations for this next generation are incredibly high. For people who love capturing their adventures, whether it is mountain biking down a rugged trail or just vlogging a walk through a new city, these cameras have become essential tools. DJI has been on a roll lately, and the rumors suggest they are planning to take things even further with the Action 7 by focusing on massive resolution jumps and smarter internal processing. It looks like we are moving toward a period where these tiny cameras can finally go toe-to-toe with much larger professional gear in terms of sheer image quality. When we talk about the expected release date, we have to look at how DJI usually handles its product launches. Historically, they love the window between September and November to get their new cameras out just in time for the holiday shopping season. While the Action 6 arrived a bit later than usual in November due to some supply chain shifts, the general consensus among insiders is that the Action 7 will aim for an October 2026 launch. This timing is strategic because it allows DJI to see what competitors like GoPro and Insta360 put out earlier in the fall and then try to one-up them with their final flagship of the year. Pricing is always a big question for fans, and most leaks point toward a starting price of around $349 for the standard version, though the more popular bundles with extra batteries and mounts will likely climb closer to the $500 mark. The heart of any camera is its sensor, and this is where the DJI Osmo Action 7 is expected to really shine. Rumors strongly suggest that DJI will stick with the successful 1/1.1-inch sensor size they introduced last year, but will completely overhaul the internal tech to allow for much faster data speeds. This is not just about making the sensor bigger, it is about making it smarter and more efficient. By using a faster readout, the camera can capture more detail in every single frame, without causing that annoying jelly effect, where fast-moving objects look distorted. This sensor is also expected to maintain the square format that made the Action 6 so flexible for social media creators. Having a square sensor means you can record a massive amount of vertical and horizontal information at once, and then decide later if you want a widescreen video for YouTube or a tall video for TikTok without losing any of that crisp detail. Video capabilities are usually the headline feature for these devices, and the big word for the Action 7 is 8K. While previous models were masters of 4K, the market is pushing toward higher resolutions for better cropping and digital zoom. Leaks indicate that the Action 7 will likely support 8K recording at 60 frames per second, which would be a huge leap forward. This level of resolution allows you to zoom in on a small part of your video during editing and still have it look like high-definition footage. Beyond just the resolution, there is a lot of talk about a new 4K mode that can hit 240 frames per second. This would be a dream for anyone who loves slow-motion shots, making everything from a splashing wave to a fast skateboard trick look buttery smooth and professional. The dynamic range is also rumored to hit 15 stops, which basically means the camera will be much better at showing details in both very bright highlights and very dark shadows at the same time. Low-light performance has always been a bit of a struggle for small cameras, but the Action 7 is reportedly bringing in heavy-duty AI to fix that. DJI has been developing something called Super Night Mode, and the newest version is expected to use advanced machine learning to clean up grainy footage in real time. This means that if you are filming a campfire or a city street at night, the camera will automatically recognize the noise and smooth it out without making the whole image look blurry. This AI processing is also expected to help with smart framing, a rumored feature where the camera can track a person or an object and automatically keep them centered in the frame even if they are moving around quickly. It essentially acts like a tiny invisible cameraman inside the device, making sure your best shots are always perfectly composed without you having to do much work. Stabilization is another area where DJI usually leads the pack, and the Action 7 will almost certainly debut RockSteady 4.0. While current stabilization is already impressive, the new version is expected to use predictive logic to anticipate where the camera is going to shake next. Instead of just reacting to a bump after it happens, the software will look at the motion and smooth it out before it even reaches the final recording. This will be paired with an improved Horizon Steady feature that can keep the video perfectly level even if you flip the camera completely upside down. Following the lead of some of their newer drones, DJI is rumored to be putting at least 64 gigabytes, or maybe even 128 gigabytes of high-speed memory directly into the Action 7. This is a massive win for convenience because it gives you a safety net. You can just grab the camera and go, knowing you have enough space for a few hours of high-quality recording, even without an external card. Along with this, the battery life is expected to get a slight bump. The rumor is that a new high-efficiency cooling system will allow the battery to last up to 4 or 5 hours in certain modes, which is a big improvement for those long day trips where you do not want to keep swapping batteries every hour. The overall design and build of the camera are expected to stay familiar because the rugged, waterproof box shape just works so well for mounting. It is these kinds of professional touches that are starting to blur the line between what an action camera can do and what a traditional mirrorless camera can achieve. Market competition is going to be fierce this year, especially with other big names preparing their own releases. DJI seems to be positioning the Action 7 as the ultimate all-in-one tool that works just as well for a professional film set as it does for a casual family vacation. They are also working hard to navigate some of the regulatory challenges in the US market, having secured some key certifications recently that should help the Action 7 stay available for North American fans. As we get closer to the end of 2026, we will likely see more concrete leaks and maybe even some teaser photos, but for now, the picture being painted is one of a powerhouse device. It is a camera that focuses on resolution, intelligent features, and pure reliability, making it easily one of the most anticipated pieces of tech for the second half of the year.